Hi, this is Thomas from TGS, and the purpose of this video is to show you how to configure the call forwarding feature on an Astra 57i telephone. Depending on the way your system is configured, you may have a button for the feature on the main display as this phone does. If you don't, the other way you can access this feature is by pressing the options button here, and then you see the first option is call forwarding. So there's a few different ways that this feature can be configured depending on whether you want your calls to roll over immediately to another destination like your cell phone, for example, or perhaps you want that only to occur if your desk phone doesn't get answered. Maybe you want your desk phone to ring 3 or 4 times before it rolls over to your cell phone. So I'll go over both ways to set that up. So in this case, the phone that I'm using does have a call forward button on the main display, but I'll access it manually just by pressing options, and then you see call forward here is highlighted, so I'll select it. And now you see that there's 3 modes to choose from: all, busy, or no answer. So in this instance, I want to go ahead and forward all of my calls directly to my cell phone. So since all is already highlighted, I'm just going to select change. And then where state is here, it says off, meaning the feature is currently disabled. So to enable it, since the arrow is on this field, it's highlighted. So I'm just going to hit this right arrow here to turn it on. And then I'm going to scroll down one and enter in the number that I want to forward to. And then press done. And you'll notice that the LED in the top corner of the phone illuminates, as does the button, to show that call forwarding is now enabled. So to turn this feature off, I can either press the call forward button right here or go into the options menu and select call forward. And you see the check mark here to show that this is enabled. So option 1 for all is currently highlighted, so I'm going to press change. And then for the state, it's on, so if I want to turn it off, I'm just going to hit this arrow again to switch it to off. The number you can leave in here if you anticipate having to forward to a certain number on a regular basis. It can save you some time to leave it entered. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and clear it out, and then I'll hit done, and you'll see that the light goes out at the top to show that the feature is now disabled. So what I'm also going to show is the second option that I talked about. Perhaps you want your desk phone to ring for whatever the configured period is, maybe 3 or 4 rings, and instead of sending the caller to your company voicemail, you want the call to roll over to your cell phone. And configuring that is very similar. I'm going to go into the call forwarding option as I did before, but instead of selecting all, I'm going to scroll down to no answer and then hit change. And then for the state, I'll switch that to on, and then scroll down and enter in the number that I want to forward to, and then the number of rings that you want to take place before the call rolls over. So I'm going to switch that to, let's say, 3 rings. That's probably just about the right amount of time. And then hit done. You see the light comes on here and there, and it'll say call forward no answer. To turn it back off is done exactly the same way. Go back into the call forward option, scroll down, change. Now I'm going to switch the state to off, and I don't anticipate in my case having to do this again. As I said, you can leave this number and everything else programmed into here if this is a feature you're going to enable and disable regularly, but I'm going to go ahead and clear it out just for my purposes, and then hit done, and now it's turned off.